Hello everyone, welcome to today's video where we are going to be diving into Zphisher, which is a tool that hackers use for phishing attacks. And we're going to talk a little bit about how it ties into social engineering and the psychology behind most cyber scams. This is purely educational to help you spot and stop these tricks. Please never use this maliciously. You will go to prison. So social engineering. Social engineering manipulates human psychology to trick people into giving up sensitive information, like passwords, or to make them click on bad links. Attackers can exploit trust, fear, urgency, or curiosity instead of hacking code, right? And that's why phishing is probably one of the most prevalent forms of hacking. And so it can occur in many different types of ways. You know, they could fake URLs and emails and many things. And here's a cool example. So here is seemingly an email from Microsoft, but if you look closely, that's not an M right there, that's an RN. So instead of just that, it's more like this. And now if you're kind of quick and you don't really pay much attention, you could definitely get caught by this and get phished. And that is why it's such a big problem today. And here's some more examples. I just googled it. You can have a look. There's tons, and it's a very prevalent attack. And so there's tons and tons of different phishing examples in the world. So now what Zphisher is a tool that automates phishing page creation, and it has basically a ton of templates for sites like Facebook, Instagram, Google, and you know, there's some really cool features. It's designed for ethical pen testing, awareness training, or red team simulations, not crime. So don't use it for that because you'll go to jail, okay? So what you're gonna wanna do basically is just clone the repo. And I've already done that, so I'm not gonna do that again. But if I cd into my downloads folder and cd into the Zphisher folder, oh, so once you're in the folder, you're gonna have these files right here. And what we're basically gonna do is just execute the script, and just make sure that when you do this, the script has execute permissions. If it doesn't, just do chmod plus x and the script name. Mine does. I downloaded it like this with it, so you shouldn't have to. But then we're just gonna run. Then we're just gonna run the script, and bang, here we are. So this is a ton of different popular websites. So let's start with, let's do Netflix, right? And this is really cool, but I'm not going to teach you guys how to use this because I don't want you guys to do anything stupid. So we're going to go ahead and host it on the local host. We're not going to use a custom port for now. So, but okay, that's it, bang. And now it should be hosted right here if we click it. Oh. Okay, whatever. Whoops. And there he goes. There is my Netflix login page, and this looks pretty real, guys. So that's pretty crazy. Let's see if we get any response from the terminal. We have, so we've already gotten the IP address. Obviously, it's my own IP or the localhost IP, but if you were doing this for real, it would have a real IP address. And let's have a look. Maybe we enter a password. So test@gmail.com. This is a real email, actually. Shouldn't do that. gsnail.com. And the password will be please don't hack me. So let's go ahead and sign in. And now if you look, we've actually been sent to the legitimate Netflix login help page, right? I believe it is. Yeah, it is. So it's a very smart attack, man. Like, these guys have thought of everything. And look, here we are. A login info found, account test@gsnail.com, password please don't hack me, saved already. And do you see how fast that was? We did that in literally like 30 seconds. And so if you've been hit by that, you might not even realize you've been phished because it forwards you to the legitimate Netflix page after, right? So you might not even think twice about it. You might just go ahead and reset, do whatever it was asking. But yeah, so it's pretty scary. And now we're going to talk about how you can defend against it. Actually, before that, let's try a few more of um, these websites, because that was really fast and really cool. Let's do LinkedIn. I think getting your LinkedIn hacked. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Bang. Okay, this is the LinkedIn page. It looks pretty real. Let's have a look at the actual LinkedIn login. So sign in with email. And man, that is, I mean, apart from the sign in with Google, sign in with Apple, like that is pretty darn close, man. We're missing this right here. And that is pretty scary. And obviously, if someone sees something like this in their URL, they're going to be like, hey, this is probably not legitimate. Maybe I should be careful. But that's where typo squatting comes in, where you get domains that look very, very close to the real thing. And basically, that can give the user a false sense of security or verification, where they put in their email password and bang, they've lost their account, right? So man, that was pretty cool. Let's do one more. Let's see what looks interesting. Let's do PayPal. I feel like that's a good one. I'm not trying to give you guys ideas, but it's a pretty good one. So let's have a look. Damn, that is really good. Let's see what happens if you click this. So yeah, if you click having trouble logging in, it takes you to the legitimate PayPal page. Let's have a look at the PayPal login. Whoops. Let's have a look. So yeah, man, that is ridiculous. I mean, this looks way shittier than this, but again, if you're just like being quick about it and not like thinking too much, you just want to log in, you want to buy that bag or that pair of shoes you saw online, you might get caught, right? So that is pretty cool. But let's talk about some defenses and prevention, right? So probably one of the best things you could do, although not foolproof, there's things like SIM swapping in the world. You should enable two-factor authentication. It pretty much blocks a good amount of credential theft. Of course, if you get SIM swapped, then it's not going to help you much, but it could be good. But what you could also do, well, let me find it. Oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. You can get one of these. This is a YubiKey, and you can use this for authentication. And it's basically one of the more secure ways to secure an online account. So I definitely would recommend using one of those, although not every or say app or website you're using would support it, but if they do, you should use it, right? And so again, the only way you could really get you can get your credentials stolen with a YubiKey or something like that is if they had physical access to your YubiKey, and at that point they're already in your house, so they might just steal your computer or something. So that's why it's a pretty good prevention. But you could also, make sure you verify URLs, use password managers. You could, have a closer look. Sometimes this is a very good example. Sometimes they might have poor grammar, urgent language. If they're like, hey, you need to reset your password in 5 minutes, otherwise your account's going to get deleted. That's probably a phishing email, okay? Because no IT department in the world is going to delete your account within 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes of you getting an email. Just be careful of unsolicited links. and you could have like an antivirus with web protection, but phishing preys on us all. But the way you can defend yourself is to keep yourself up to date. Um, Always expand your knowledge base, and please drop a like if this helped. Subscribe for more videos like this. If you have some phishing stories, comment them below. Stay safe out there, and if you have any recommendations for videos, please comment below. But that's all for today. Thank you very much.